Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Billy and let's get into the video. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing 5 things that I wish I knew before going to college. I go to Texas A&M University in Texas. I love my school. I just finished my 3rd year of college and I'm going to be a senior. Finally, oh my gosh, time flies. It feels like it was yesterday. I was a freshman and I was looking videos like this, but most of the videos were just super generic and they're just saying the same things. So I wish somebody could have been really honest about these things that I'm going to be sharing. This video is for freshmen or upcoming freshmen who are going to college, and I also think they can be helpful to sophomores in college because some of the things that I'll be sharing, I wish I knew them while I was a sophomore. So let's get into the video. The first tip is it is okay to be different. I know going to college can be really overwhelming. It was for me, and I would say I wish that somebody would have told me that it is okay to be different. I go to a school that has over 6,000 students, if I'm sure about it, I'm not sure, don't comment on that, but I know it's about in that range. So it's a big campus and there's gonna be a culture that's already established at your school, and you might feel that you have to basically try to fit in or be the same as the people already on that campus. But I'm here to tell you that it is okay to be different and you don't have to basically try to fit in, because this is the time that you need to find your identity. This is the time that you need to go out and figure out what do you want to be, what kind of person you want to be. Because in high school, these are the things that we struggle with. You do things to fit in with your friends and, you know, having crushes and all of that. But in college, this is the time to basically build and become the best version of yourself or the person you've always wanted to be. Don't feel like you have to dress up like the people on your campus. Don't feel like you have to get piercings, tattoos all over your body. If you do, that's fine. I'm not here to judge, but I'm just here to tell you that it is okay to not wanting to do those things. You can still be a friend. I mean, you can still be yourself, and believe me, you will find people are gonna, work with you. People are gonna be the same as you. So don't feel like you need to change your identity or be different so that you can basically fit in with the rest of the people. The second tip is that you do not have to stay being friends with the first people you meet the first week of school or the first semester of your college year. At my school, there's this thing called Howdy Week. It's the first week before school starts where they throw some activities for freshmen to get involved, get to know campus more, get to know where your classes are, or like different places that you need to know, like the reg or things like that. And during those events, there's usually long lines, and you can be lining up waiting to get food, and you might meet somebody on the line and you click with them and bang, you guys become friends. Or just throughout the whole first semester, you meet people and you guys, because everybody is trying to make friends, so you feel like when somebody is nice to you, you'll click, okay, let's be friends. And that's fine, like that's totally fine. But I'm just telling you, don't feel like you have to stay being friends with those people for the rest of your college career. You do not have to, because college is the time to find yourself and you're allowed to change. So don't feel like you're stuck with those people or feel bad if you stop being friends with them. Do not. This is the time for you to shine and spread your wings in different direction and try different things and meeting different people. So don't feel like you're stuck with those people for the rest of your career. But if you do find people that you click with, you'll stay friends for the rest of college, but do not feel like you're obligated to stay friends with them. Third tip that I would definitely recommend is to not be afraid to talk to someone next to you in your class. Do not be afraid to ask a question or introduce yourself to someone next to you during the first week or the second week of school or the first semester, because you never know what this person might end up being, to you. They might end up being your friend, they might end up being your class buddy. And this is coming from a personal experience. I remember first semester, I was so shy. I was like, no, they have to be the first one to say hi to me. And it's like, that person is also, thinking the same way. They're like, oh yeah, she should be the one talking to me first. So it's like both of you are going through the same thinking. But I would say don't be afraid. You do not be afraid to take that step and ask a question to somebody sitting next to you, or just introduce yourself to them, because they might end up being your friend. And having a class buddy, that's something you need in college. It's really crucial to have somebody in in all of your classes, because let's say you get sick. If you don't know anybody in your class, yeah, you can email the professor, but sometimes they don't reply. But if you have a friend or somebody or a buddy in that class, they can literally send you, if they're nice enough, they can send you their notes, or they can just tell you what you missed in that class. So don't be afraid to say hi to the next person or ask a question, because you guys are, all in this together, and you shouldn't feel, ashamed or afraid to ask a question. Worst thing that can happen is what? If they're weird or they don't say hi to you, and guess what? That's gonna be over. So just ask a question or say hi. That's it. The fourth tip that I will recommend is that you do not have to get a 4.0 GPA your first semester of college. I wish I knew this, because going to college, I had all this expectation that I was going to ace all my classes. I'm going to get a 4.0, because coming from high school, you think you were all of that. You graduate with the 4.0, you think that's going to be the same thing in college, but college is a whole different word. It's a whole different system. So I would say, especially if you're a pre-nursing, pre-med, pre-law, pre-vet, anything pre-professional, do not be too hard on yourself, because college itself is hard. It's a journey, and every journey has its ups and downs, but you're gonna have more highs than lows. So don't be hard on yourself for the first semester. But if you do get a 4.0, that's amazing, that's great, keep doing that. But if you don't, do not be hard on yourself like I was. I didn't get a 4.0 my first semester of college, and I literally felt like the world was coming to an end. I felt like a failure coming from high school. I had a great GPA, and getting a GPA lower than a 4.0 in college, I was like, whoa, yeah, I don't think I'm supposed to be here, or like, is this what college is supposed to be? But I learned that it's okay, because you have 3 more semesters to go to literally bring that GPA up. So don't feel like you're a failure, or don't compare yourself to anybody, because we all have different journeys. So do not be too hard on yourself. You have 4 semesters in college to basically, discover yourself, get your GPA where you want it to be. And trust me, once you graduate, your GPA is going to be at a place where you want it to be. It's really hard to not have your GPA where you want it to be if you worked hard for it. Like for those semesters, if you put in enough work, your GPA is going to go up, because as you grow, or as you become a sophomore, junior, senior, you get to learn different tactics, different techniques that works with your studying. But as a freshman, you think do not use the same strategic or any ways you used to study in high school and transfer those in college, because it's not gonna work. And that's what I did. I remember my first exam, I studied 2 days before 3, because that's how I used to study in high school. And believe me, I failed my chemistry exam, because that's not, in college you need to study for longer times. But if you get things the first time the material is introduced to you, then you do you. But if you're gonna need more time, make sure you study a week before, or just a longer time, and that's gonna help you. The last tip is to get involved. I cannot emphasize how it is important to get involved on campus. As a freshman student, try to get involved. Do not stay in your dorm or your apartment, because it's not gonna get you anywhere. Believe me, it's not. So try to put yourself out there so that you can meet people who have the same interests as you. If you're a pre-med, pre-nursing, pre-vet, or any pre-professional major, trying to join those organizations, because they have them on your campus, and that's where you're gonna meet people who have the same goal as you or the same interests as you. So put yourself out there. I would say for me, the best thing that have ever happened to me was growing my faith and joining a Bible study, a good church that have helped me to grow my faith and my walk with Christ. So I would suggest do the same thing. Go out, join a sorority if you want to, join any kind of organization. At my school, I just recently found out that we have this braiding organization, you can literally meet people who wants to learn how to braid hair. Like, that's so cool. Like, what the heck, you know? So there's gonna be anything out there for you. So go out, put yourself out there. If you stay in your dorm or your apartment, you're not gonna make friends. It's gonna be hard. You might still make friends, but it's gonna be hard. So put yourself out there, get involved. I know it can be hard in the beginning, trying to go to meetings by yourself. And believe me, the worst thing that can happen is what? Nothing. Like, everybody else is feeling the same way because they're trying to make friends too. So put yourself out there and get involved, and it's gonna help you in the long run. But do not do this because your friend or your roommate are doing it. Do it because you want to. Don't join necessarily because your friends are, want to do it and that's gonna make you cool or meet the hottest guy. No, do not. Just do things because you want to. Try to stay as authentic as you can. This is the time for you to become the best version of yourself. So do things because you want to and put yourself out there, and you're gonna thank me later. So that was it for this video. If you made it this far, don't forget to hit that subscribe button or hit the like and share this video with your friends. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye for now.